What's up, R Squad? Welcome back. My name's Colton. I'm an intern here, and we were talking about friendships. If you missed it last week, we talked a little bit about being alone and how you can use that to grow in a relationship. So today, I have my lovely sister on. Brooklyn, please introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Brooklyn. I'm a 10th grader at Topsail, and I'm Colton's sister.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell. We look the same? Yeah, I didn't think so. So yeah, I got a little question for you. Get you warmed up. Did this last week. We're going to do it again.
All right.
Do you wash dishes before you put them in the dishwasher?
I personally do. Yeah.
Then what's the point of the dishwasher?
Just got to get them squeaky clean.
So
Extra
if you're
clean?
washing the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher, are you the dishwasher?
Yes. But I'm not I wash the dishes, but I'm not the actual dishwasher.
So it's going in two dishwashers. The dishwasher to the dishwasher.
Yes.
Perfect. Clean plates. Love it. Let's hop into the good stuff.
Okay.
How many Instagram followers do you have?
I have 430 something.
Dang. Popular person over here. How many close friends would you say you had?
Probably 7.
7 close friends. That's a lot of close friends.
Yeah.
So whose opinion matters to you more? Those 430 something or the 7 close ones?
Well, it used to be the 430 something, but I've grown a little bit, and I'd say my friends now.
Yeah, so at home, grow a little bit. Start listening to the 7. No, for real though, I think that's great. That's how it should be. Those 7 should be the most important thing. But I think for me and for a lot of the students out here, like, we care a lot more, whether we admit it or not, about what the 430 people say than the 7 say. And that's kind of like what we're going to be talking about a little bit today, is choosing those 7 people so they can help you make your best decisions and be the best version of yourself. So hopping right into it, we're going to be talking about, am I in a good friendship?
All right.
I'm going to have you read this verse for us, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it.
All right. Proverbs 13:20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble."
It's great. So simple.
Great. Yeah.
Black and white. Walk with the wise, be wise. Walk with the fools,
Be a fool.
be a fool. Yeah, it's so simple, but I think we always overcomplicate it in our lives. Like, oh, this person they're not a fool. Like, they're not as bad as this person, or this person's does this, that's good. Like,
Yeah.
but we know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just have to come into that realization.
Yeah, you definitely know what you're doing.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, Brooklyn has been in a couple of different friend groups. How have you seen the less good friendships make you get in more trouble, or vice versa? Have you seen that happen?
Yeah. I've gone through my fair share of friend groups, and you can argue against it, but definitely the people you hang out with affect the way you act. So a couple years ago, I was with this one group of people, and it was like fun in the time, but it wasn't who I was. It was a bunch of not like-minded people and unbelievers just pouring into me and affecting the way I was acting, and it just wasn't who I was. And in the end, that did cause me to get in a bunch of trouble that I could have prevented being in.
Yeah. I think a lot of students out there are in the same position as you. Like, you guys got some interests the same. You guys like the same movies.
Yeah.
Play the same sports. But the other stuff is different. The important stuff is different. And so a great question for the students out there you can ask yourself is, am I getting in trouble? And if you're getting in trouble often, you might have some fools for friends, and you might be becoming a fool yourself.
Yeah. There's like a statistic that shows like the 5 people you hang out with the most are who you are. So.
Yeah. And it's perfectly okay to have those people around you that aren't necessarily like-minded with you. They're just not the ones that when you're having a tough time, that's who you go to. Like, you need to have those close friends that are like-minded and make you better. But then, like, you can also have those people on the outside that are.
For sure, yeah.
So now let's talk about moving on from friendships. That's a tough one.
Oh yeah,
Hard to let people go.
definitely.
I'm gonna have you read this verse for us, and then we're gonna hop into it.
Okay. Psalms 1:1 says.
You say poems.
Oops. Retry.
Leave that in. Leave that
No,
in.
don't leave. No.
That's staying in.
No, it's not.
Read us some poems.
All right. Psalms 1:1 says, "Oh, the joys of those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or stand around with sinners, or join in with the mockers."
Yeah. So that's just saying, basically, those who do not hang out with sinners, they'll be blessed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Easy as that, right?
No, definitely not as easy as that.
Good. Good answer. Trick question. So you got to move on from those negative friendships sometimes.
Yeah.
So when was a time when you had to move on from a friend?
So, growing up, I had my best friend. We were really close. We went through a lot of different seasons of life together. And I grew up in a religious home. I always went to church while she did not. And at the time, it didn't matter growing up. But like now when I'm looking back at it, not that I'm grown up, but looking back at it, it definitely drove our friendship apart. We got into middle school, and she just started going down like a wrong path, and I kind of followed her. And I actually wasn't the one who made the decision to like distance myself. It was the people around me telling me it wasn't a good idea, and it took me getting in trouble around this girl to actually have to distance myself. And I had to make that hard decision and just stopped hanging out with her, so I didn't get in any more trouble.
Yeah. Sometimes, you need that wake-up call, that one moment that changes your perspective on things. And it's good when that happens, but it's also like looking back, like you think like, oh, I could have prevented that by just stopping earlier. Like,
Yeah.
You knew deep down then
Mm-hmm.
that it wasn't who you were, and that's not who you should be hanging out with. But it took that moment you get in trouble, those bad things, to actually get you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another good point is you can distance yourself from people and still be friends with them.
Oh yeah.
Like, they don't have to be by your side every moment of the day, but it's not like one day we're friends, next day
Yeah.
we're done.
That's how it is now for us. We're still friends.
Yeah, but it wasn't yesterday. You guys weren't friends.
Yeah.
It takes time, and if you see her in the hallway, you'll still say,
Oh, yeah,
what's up?
yeah.
Yeah. Don't name drop. That's
I
not
won't
good.
name drop.
All right, let's go. Yeah, and it's not necessarily that they're a bad friend to you. Like, a lot of times they'll tell you what you want to hear. And sometimes it's just not the right time.
Yeah.
Or they're not in the right point of their life, and you're not in the right point of your life, and it's not going to work out.
Yeah. I just didn't have enough humility in me to say it was wrong.
Yeah, that's tough sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about a couple practical tips for choosing friends and making friends. So when you're trying to make friends, you got to be confident. You got to make the first move.
Confidence is key.
What's up? How you doing? My name's Colton. Nice to meet you. You got to see rejection as a step forward rather than a step backwards.
That's tough.
Yeah. Oh, this person said no. Like, is my hair messed up? No, that's God's showing you that's not the path for your life. You can use that and see like, oh, next time I'll fix my hair.
Yeah.
And then you can get better and build and make some friends. Don't judge people before you know them. That's important.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's really hard.
Why is it hard?
It's hard.
It is hard. Be vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's hard too. You're more likely to connect with a person if you have some sort of relation to them. Like, and nobody wants to say it first. Like, oh, I've dealt with this. Nobody wants to bring that up. But when you tell me that you've dealt with that, and then I know that I've dealt with that too, it just already builds like a step for us to stand on almost. Like, we have something in common and we're already stronger than some friendships that just remain surface level forever. You know what I mean? Another great practical way is go to some events, serve on Sundays, come hang out with us on Sundays. and you're at R Squad. You made it here.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. Look around, shake some hands, say what's up, high five. Yeah. So those are some good tips.
That's good, yeah.
So now we're going to talk about surrounding yourself with people you want to be like. That's real important.
Oh, yeah.
So are your friends better than you are?
Yes. In a lot of areas of my life, I definitely say my friends are better than me. Not like, I'm not saying like sports and stuff, like that's not.
Oh, you're the best at your friend group?
Definitely. No, that's not what I mean. I just mean like they push me towards God and my inner circle of people. They push me towards God and they do that and keep me accountable, but they're not tearing me down. And surrounding myself with these like-minded people that I'm with now, like my small group and stuff, has been really beneficial because my relationship with God hasn't just become a chore, hasn't been like a chore. It's become a desire and a priority now, just because I've had these people pouring into me. Yeah. Yeah,
and that's super important, right? Having those people that'll build you up and encourage you, and make you better, make you stronger. Yeah. So that's kind of a little bit what we're going to talk about next week. Just kind of what a godly friendship looks like and how you can have those and what they entail. Yeah. So you got anything else for us?
One little thing.
Uh-oh.
So my small group leader, Jackie, shout out Jackie. I know you're watching this right now. She always tells us, she shows us this little drawing visual. She's like, the friendship circle. It's you in the middle. And then your first circle is your close people and the people who influence you and you can influence them. But those are the people you keep close. Yep. And then you go out to your next circle and it's the people that you're friends with, but they don't influence you. You influence them. And then there's just the other circle with the acquaintances. But keep that in mind. Keep your friend circle at hand.
So what circle am I in?
The distant one. No, I'm just kidding. You're my close people circle, don't worry.
I bet. So yeah, that's all we've got for you today, R Squad. We'll see you next week. We're going to talk about some godly friendships, what those look like.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
See y'all next week.